The youth center is being decorated for an upcoming dance. Bulk and Skull disrupt it when Bulk rides in on a skateboard. Okay, what part of the place looks even remotely skatable? First Zack does it, now Bulk. I mean, I know Bulk's not exactly the brightest, but he has to at least have enough common sense to know that if he wants to skateboard, go to a frickin' skate park! Whatever. After he skates his way into the cake Ernie was carrying, we see Rita doing her usual hobby that would normally get someone arrested, but lucky for her, the law doesn't apply to space witches who live on the moon. She then proceeds to yell at Finster to make a monster, specifically Madame Woe.
She's nearly as horrible as you are, Evil One.
She'll give him a real headache.
Well, you're not too far off, Squat. She is voiced by Alex Borstein, better known as the voice of Lois Griffin from Family Guy. So, in case any of you were wondering when this joke was gonna come up, there it is. Back at the center, the Rangers ask Billy if there's any girl he'd like to be his date for the dance, and he says there isn't, nor is he interested in dancing to attract them. This changes when Billy bumps into a girl. A girl who also happens to have the same knack he has for technobabble.
I apologize profusely.
Oh, think nothing of it. I'm afraid neither one of us were monitoring our designated entrance or exit.
Well stated.
Her name is... Hold on. Marge! Yeah, I totally knew that was her name and didn't just look at the episode at the 8-minute mark to hear it. What would make you think that? After helping with her necklace, she and Billy hit it off talking about how they graduated from a gifted baby program that they both went to.
I graduated from the Accelerated Baby Genius program too.
The gang sees that Billy is struggling just to spit the words out to Marge and tell him to just ask her to the dance. Instead, she's the one who asks him, and he, of course, accepts. So, is it kind of like that Sadie Hawkins thing where the girls ask the boys? Actually, that's something I've always wondered about, if anybody doesn't mind me going on another rambling tangent about nothing. Whenever there's a show or movie centered around high school, usually American, why is it always that the guy has to be the one to ask the girl whether it's homecoming, prom, or just some random school dance, but Sadie Hawkins is the one where the girl can ask the guy? Like, what's actually stopping the girl from asking the guy to go with her for the first 3 and the guy asking the same for the last one? Would the school even care about who asks who first, and if they do, why should they? Is the school gonna magically blow up if a girl asks a guy to homecoming or if the guy asks the girl to Sadie Hawkins? It's just something I've never really understood. Billy suggests getting to know each other better first, and he suggests meeting up at the park, and Marge wholeheartedly agrees to it. After that, we're properly introduced to Madame Woe. With how much Babu was afraid of her earlier, either her powers are almost on Rita's level, or they used to date. I will now leave you with the thought of potentially horrifying fanfiction about Babu's love life. You're welcome. Woe transports herself to Rita's moon tower to receive her orders from Rita, which are to banish the Rangers to another dimension. And this time, that isn't a way to sidestep around the concept of death.
You sure sent that planet to another dimension.
Which managed to succeed in transporting Yamcha into another dimension.
I'm gonna take this big bully into another dimension.
But he's already been wished back to this dimension once before!
Don't worry about your friend. You'll be seeing him soon in the next dimension. A nice trip to another dimension. One way.
I'm phasing into another dimension.
Maybe you won't be such a disappointment in the next dimension. And whoever cut my tail off will be joining you shortly in the next dimension.
I guess we all suffered quite a loss now that our friends are in the next dimension.
And he sent Kui to another dimension.
Time to launch someone into another dimension, for I will let you go to another dimension.
And launched Dodoria to another dimension.
I'll send you into another dimension.
Some of our friends passed into the next dimension during a big battle.
Guess you're blasted to another dimension for no reason at all.
Now it's time to send you to the next dimension.
At the park, Marge waits for her beau Billy until she is met by Madame Woe, who mistakes her for a Power Ranger and banishes her to the other dimension. Rita? You did give Woe a description of what the Rangers look like, didn't you? I mean, you spy on them regularly, so surely you'd be more than able to provide an accurate description as to what Woe should be looking for even when they're not in uniform. In fact, I'm pretty sure Woe's maybe ex-boyfriend had video footage of Zack recorded from the failed birthday beatdown 3 episodes ago.
I can understand you. I specifically told you to get the Power Ranger, Madame Woe, not the girl.
Okay, evidently you didn't. Well, at least you can use Marge as a hostage since she's Billy's date for the dance. Back at the park, Billy arrives at where he and Marge were supposed to meet, but doesn't see any sign of her until he notices her necklace on the ground, and then the putties ambush him. He calls for help from the others, and they arrive just in time to save his bespectacled bacon.
Thanks for the accelerated response, guys!
After the putties retreat, Billy explains to them about Marge and how the only thing there was her necklace. That, however, has to wait as Zordon calls them to the command center and debriefs them on Marge's situation with Madame Woe.
Rita is behind this. She set a trap to capture you, Billy, and accidentally captured Marge instead.
It's all my fault.
Billy, you shouldn't blame yourself.
We've battled Rita's bogus monsters before. Don't worry. We're gonna get this one too.
You'll need to be careful, Power Rangers, for you must face a powerful foe. I call your attention to the viewing globe. She is called Madame Woe, for she brings woe or trouble to everyone she touches.
Oh, so she and Babu did used to date. Zordon explains that by combining the power coins, one Ranger can have the same power as all 5. Since Marge was the one who got kidnapped, Billy volunteers himself to be the one to be given this coin-op one-for-all.
It's Morphin time!
Mastodon! Pterodactyl!
Triceratops!
Saber-tooth tiger!
Tyrannosaurus! Power Ranger!
As they arrive to where Woe is, they're banished to the dimension Marge was sent to. Billy finds her and assures her that they'll get her out soon, but not before Woe attacks them and they find themselves unable to even phase her. Billy then suggests combining the coins so that he can escape and fight Madame Woe on his own.
Ready when you are! Yeah, let's do it!
You little brats.
Now! Tyrannosaurus! Mastodon!
Saber-tooth tiger! Pterodactyl!
Triceratops! Morph to the power of 1! Power Ranger!
Your parlor tricks cannot save you. No one escapes Madame Woe.
He gets thoroughly stomped until he gets her with the same strategy that defeated Raditz.
Oh, Nelson!
He grabs the crystal on her forehead and crushes it in his hand, thus weakening her and freeing Marge and the others in the process. This results in this exchange from Woe and Billy.
You escaped.
But you won't! Madame Woe.
Awesome. They form the Power Blaster and, well, I'll just let Woe say it. It's the night of the dance, and while Zack's showing off his skills, Billy and Marge are talking about what happened, and she mentions how she's taken a liking to the Blue Ranger and how brave he was. Obviously not knowing that she's talking to him. Our episode ends with Bulk using the money in his dirty, smelly foot bank to pay for the cake from earlier and everyone dancing, including our nerdy couple. Aside from the uncomfortableness of hindsight regarding David Yost's tenure as Billy, this was a nice episode. Billy getting to have his moment was the absolute highlight. I will admit that Marge comes off as a bit too perfect for Billy, but as long as our boy in blue gets to pick up a W for himself, I don't see anything wrong.
Crazy
seems it wasn't just a dream. All around the world, people shouted out.